Certainly excited about the win, but that's all that it is one win, one ball game. Jared was outstanding, especially in the middle innings. I felt like he had the ball elevated early in the game, and they put a lot of good swings on him. But once he settled in and got the ball sinking and got the ball going down, then he pitched really, really well. And certainly Luken's home run and his speed on the bases attributed to a Horned Frog victory.
Questions? Right here in the front, Brent.
Luken, having gone to so many games here as a child, what's going through your mind in that first at bat, or any at bat really, and then talk about the results of it as well?
Nothing different. I mean, it's just like Coach said, it's just another ball game, playing it pitch to pitch. And I mean, before the game, I was loving it because it was all the students doing and saying the same stuff that I heard growing up. But once the game started and the lights were on, it was go time, and I wasn't really hearing much of it.
Right here in the front, Zach.
Luken, just walk us through that at bat leading up to the home run, and then once you hit it, did you automatically know it was gone?
He made 3 really good pitches to get me to 1-2, and it was first and second, and I was really just doing anything to drive in that run, not hit into a double play. And I got a pitch that I put a good swing on, and I didn't know it right off the bat, but once I saw the left fielder's back turn, I sort of had a feeling, and once it got out, I was pretty juiced.
We'll go here in the middle.
Jared, did you think you'd pitch into the 8th inning tonight? What was your plan or thought that you would do tonight?
I was just taking it one pitch at a time, not thinking too far ahead. Just taking one pitch at a time is all I could do.
Jim, as you kind of watched Jared out there tonight kind of do his thing, did it kind of give you flashbacks to maybe Preston, his ability to just kind of just command the zone that well?
Yeah, matter of fact, one of our new equipment manager asked me, how does Jared compare to Preston? And certainly, the sinking fastball and the slider. Then they throw Preston's a lower slot. Jared throws harder. Preston had change up where Jared's still working on that. But in terms of efficiency and just getting people to swing, and when you score runs and you get a 3-run lead, and then all of a sudden it's a 4-run lead, and then you can be a little bit more aggressive, against a really good offensive club. And I don't know if they were taking strike one a lot, but they started doing that. I felt like they, and luckily he was throwing strike one. They started taking a strike, I think. At least they weren't as aggressive early in the count, and luckily he started throwing strike one, and they were hitting from behind a lot.
Zach.
Coach, 5 walks and a hit batsman for you. I think 4 of those guys ended up coming around to score. Just being able to take advantage of the free pass and just being able to bring those guys home.
Yeah, no question. I mean, we talk about, we have a big chart we keep back home in a classroom in our stadium called the freebie war, and then you try to be the team that doesn't give up the most free 90 feet actions in a game. And we did a good job with that. But it's pitching, defense, and timely hitting. And we knew going in, especially with the crowd here and how good A&M is offensively, that you have to get off the field with 2 outs. We didn't do that in the first inning, but later in the game, we made pitches. I mean, Tregeloff made the big pitch there, even though it was an 8-2 game in the 8th, and so and we got some timely hits. We scored all 3 of those runs, I think, with 2 outs, maybe 2 outs, nobody on the last 3 runs we scored was after maybe a double play. And so, Merrill got the flare down the left field line, and so we had a lot of things go our way. But when you have guys on base, then those things get magnified.
Gabe.
Yeah, Jared, they were on you early. What did you do? What kind of adjustments did you make, or was it just a matter of settling in an environment like this?
Yeah, I just felt like I was a little up. This first couple innings, I had a little adrenaline going, and I realized that. I started trying to throw in the bottom half of the strike zone, and then got a little more ground balls, and just worked out for me.
Right here in the middle.
Luken, what did the atmosphere feel like when you guys started the game? What could you sense out of yourself and your teammates?
It was loud. We expected it to be loud. We practiced this week with crowd noise, and we were ready. We were expecting it, and we came out and we were, as excited to play as anyone would be in a super regional against Texas A&M, but we were able to keep our emotions in check and make the plays that we needed to make, and we ended up winning. That was really it.
Right here in the front.
Luken, what was your recruiting battle like between these two schools, and what made you ultimately decide TCU?
Texas A&M was my first visit. Like I said earlier, I grew up coming to these games, and I loved it. But my dad said, let's look around and see what else there is to offer. And Ryan Johnson had been bugging me. He's like, go check out TCU for months, and I finally did. Me and my dad did all the research we could on the coaching staff and loved everything about it. Came and took the visit, loved everything about the program and the school, and they had a great business program, which is what I'm in, and it felt right. And when my dad he said, do you want to go there? I said, absolutely. And so a week later, called up Coach Schloss and said, hey, we're in.
Pretty good day.
Anything more for Coach or our student athletes? Right here in the front, Brent, and then we'll wrap it up here in the middle.
Luken, in terms of having that kind of, I guess, one win away now from the CWS, and y'all played loose and relaxed tonight and aggressive, how much more so can you do that, emulate that, knowing that you do have that kind of one-win cushion right now?
I mean, we're coming out the same way we did today. We're going to play sound baseball and do what we need to do to come out with the win. And the ball might not fall our way. It's definitely going to be different. A&M's going to come out with a high intensity again, and we're just going to have to just play good baseball like we did today.
Go right here, and then we'll wrap it up in the middle.
Jim, you guys have won a lot of big road games in recent years. Is there something you tell the team? Is it a mindset you try and create when they go and play at a place like this?
Not really. I mean, we showed them some things this week from years past, other teams that have been in this environment and had success. But really, you can't start preparing for stuff like this 3 or 4 days before you do it. You have to prepare for it all year. And with our mental game, with their routines, and whether it be things like crowd noise or whatever. I mean, you prepare your team all year long for this moment. And the challenge that we've had in the last couple of years has been at home against really good clubs, Pepperdine, Texas A&M, and now it's on the road, and there's a part of that is tougher, and there's also a part of it that's exciting, because it's just it's fun to be these. This is an awesome life experience, whether we win or lose. This is fun stuff for these guys, and it's fun stuff for me.
Last one right here in the middle.
Coach, what was the humidity like on the players tonight? How is Dane, and who's starting for you tomorrow?
Humidity is what it has been, same in Fort Worth all week. We've practiced every day at 2:30 in the afternoons. We weren't going to try and prepare for something that wasn't going to happen. So these guys played so much summer baseball growing up, and so the heat's tougher on me than it is on them, I think. But Steinhagen, I think, is going to be fine. He was feeling better. He's been dealing with a little leg issue the last month of the season. It's nothing serious, but once we had the lead and he was really hobbling, I didn't want to do anything that would maybe cause further injury. And Traver's pitching tomorrow. He's a starting pitcher.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.